Welcome to our episode on the top 5 benefits of staying in a marina over winter.
When we first set out to live on our boat full time in the Mediterranean, I always knew we'd be stopping for winter. I knew that we would, settle, but it kind of didn't occur to me until we actually stopped in the marina that this is 6 months. It's like half of our time is spent still, but we found a lot of fun and a lot of pleasure and a lot of beauty in our time.
Yeah, so there might be some cruising areas around the world where this is not the case, but it's very typical in the Mediterranean for people to be cruising 6 months of the year and then 6 months of the year have their boat in a marina. Quite often people go home for that time, but there is a lot of people that stay, and we spent our first winter in Cap Monastir Marina in Tunisia, and there's a very big liveaboard community there.
So we're going to take you through our top 5 benefits of staying at Cap Monastir in Tunisia.
So Cap Monastir Marina is, I think, it's a really fun marina, and it's set up like we've seen a few marinas now, where the marina actually becomes a destination for the locals and tourists into the local area. So there are bars and restaurants and apartments and hotels all within close proximity to the marina. So when you're staying in the marina, it's not just your interaction with these cruises, but you're actually embedded in the local town.
And we're very close to the local old town, which was an extra benefit for us too.
Right, well, let's go in ascending order. So number 5.
Cats. We love the cats at the marina.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stray cats around Tunisia, but they're not stray cats as we would think of stray cats back in Australia. I guess they're kind of communally owned, loosely cared for by a lot of people, maybe you could say.
Yeah, and the cruiser community does take a lot of care of the cats, and it wasn't long before we found a small kitten almost dead on a step on one of the apartments, and little Bilby we took in and nursed her back to health.
Yeah. It was a nice adventure for us. We took her to the vet every day. It sounds expensive, but really it's not at all. We cared for her, and when she was well enough, we found her a new home with another cruiser, which was fantastic.
Yeah. You might ask, why is this a benefit? Well, I think it just gave us a little bit of purpose why we're there, to do something nice and something for the cats in Monastir. And at the end of our time, we came across, we're showing, really like a small cat orphanage.
Yeah. No, it's not another cat. Oh, hippie.
What is that?
Yes.
That is camera. Hey, this big my God. I love camera.
High five. High five.
Hello.
The kittens.
Kittens?
Look, this one is the new one.
This grey one is a new one today, isn't it?
This one is
That was
also
a new one yesterday.
Yeah.
Is there no...
Nice.
That,
Okay.
maybe I was doing that. But
So we've
where's
got
the white?
1,
Where's
2,
the white?
3,
The what?
4,
The white.
5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
8 little kitties. Hi, little fella.
These are too small to eat.
Yeah. Oh, I think the eyes are open. There's a kitten there, careful.
Oh,
Next to
where?
my face. I'm going to make them a better bed.
Ooh, is that one a new one?
That is the new one, yes.
Ooh.
You're a good mother.
These ones haven't got their eyes open yet. So we started off with 3 kittens in this room and 2 mummies, and we now have 8 kittens and 2 mummies. Some of them, like, where's the big one? Okay, I'll show you a big one. This one's the biggest. Where? And he's doing really well. He's our biggest one. And then we have some more little tinies. There's 2 this size. But we have a little bit of a problem, and that in about 4 days' time we leave. And we've been feeding them twice a day. It's cat food, yeah. So we're desperately trying to find someone else who will take over feeding the mamas. So that they can look after the babies. Hello.
He wants some food. Elmo's hungry.
She's hungry.
Yeah.
Well, we're feeding so many pets
He
here.
was all day hungry.
All day hungry, do you reckon? Look at that. We're feeding so many cats here, but all this cat food's getting expensive. So I'm cooking up some pasta
The
for
white
them.
one have spit cats.
Yes. I'm cooking up some pasta and sardines for them.
We have to.
Fills their tummies.
I can hold it back on my scooter. Can hold it back
Thanks,
on my
Deb.
scooter here.
Okay. This one's Ginger. She has been the sweetest little thing. She was a kitten when we came. She's pretty well fully grown now, 6 months later. And she always greets us with a big squawk every morning when we come past, and she chases us, because sometimes we feed her. You know, the cats here are really friendly. I reckon back in Melbourne, if you found a cat in the street, even if it belonged to someone, you wouldn't be able to pick it up. It wouldn't be purring in your arms often, but these guys are really friendly. Most of them. Maybe it's survival of the fittest. Those that are good with humans get fed. They'll come and rub against your ankle when you're sitting at a restaurant. They're just lovely.
So Marina is also a great place to do major projects that you need to do on your boat. And for us, as we keep developing our boat from a production boat into something which is a good live aboard full-time cruising boat, we have a few major projects. And this year, really sort of 3 major things that we did while we were in the Marina. One was our solar arch and all our batteries, which we did in the episode, I think probably 3 episodes ago. We also put copper coat anti-fouling paint on while we were in the Marina, and that was in our last episode, so you can see that. But I suppose one of the things I would sort of caution about doing those sorts of projects in Tunisia, well, in fact, probably anywhere, you really need to research what it is that you can do and buy in each of those locations. So Tunisia was actually somewhere we went to purposely to do our stainless steel work, because it's great to do that stainless steel work. It's cheap and it's good. But they don't have a lot of other things. So our batteries and solar, we had to bring in a lot of stuff to do those sorts of projects.
Yeah. And one of the other projects we did was a lot of canvas work. So when we got the boat, the only canvas we had was our Dodger and Bimini. We knew it might be difficult to source materials in Tunisia, so we bought a lot of canvas and materials, zips and other notions and clips and things in Malta on our way.
Yeah.
And really, I think I spent 5 or 6 months sewing. We have a lot of canvas work now finished. We've got our cockpit cushions, we've got helm covers. We'll have to take you through some of the projects because we did a lot.
Yeah, if you'd like us to do an episode on all the sewing that we've done, then yeah, please let us know in the comments, and we'd be happy to just run through all those canvas projects we've done on the boat. But I suppose one of the surprises when we talk about materials for Tunisia was that you could get a sunbrella equivalent type canvas in Tunisia at a really good price, couldn't you?
I think a quarter. I think it was a quarter of what we paid in Malta, which was a good price. It was the best price we'd seen in Europe.
Yeah.
And it's great fabric. But anyway, I'm glad we brought ours because we needed this precise colour.
Yes.
And that colour wasn't available.
No.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is you can't get zips really. Look, they're probably there, but they're really hard to hunt down. Trying to get webbing and things like that. It is a bit of a challenge to buy those things. They are available, but it is a bit of a treasure hunt to find them.
You might think we don't have to haul out for sewing. We don't need steel fabricators for sewing. We do need power,
Yeah.
which we only have power for the sewing machine in a marina. And over summer we're swimming too much and having too much fun.
Yeah, and also for some of those really big projects like the boom tent,
Yeah.
having a room that you could do it in rather than trying to do it around the cockpit table was very
Yeah.
handy. Benefit number 3, sightseeing.
Yes.
Spending such a long time in a country really gives you an opportunity to get out and see some of the great things that country has to offer.
We say sightseeing, even though you go, but June Richard, you're sightseeing all over the Med. That's true. But all over the Med, we're only sightseeing for a day. We go out for a few hours. We're always mindful of where we're leaving the boat. If the weather were to change, is the boat secure? We want to be back before dark, etc. When the boat is secure in a marina, we know that we could go away for days or weeks and it's going to be fine, and many people do. So that's why sightseeing is an important thing for us. It's the only time we can really get away and not think about the boat.
And a lot of the cruisers took opportunities to do this. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that much. Jude was away back in Australia for 2 months, and then I was unwell, and so that really took up a lot of our time. But man, there's some great things to see in Tunisia, isn't there?
Yeah, so we did get out and about and we did see some fabulous things. So I didn't know, excuse me for being so ignorant, but I didn't know there were such amazing Roman archaeological sites.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we would find that in Tunisia.
Yeah, and there's
As
some
good as Roman, fantastic.
there's some amazing Roman ones. There's some amazing one from the Ribat just in Monastir itself is quite amazing. And then you've got some pretty cool places like Tatooine from Star Wars and a lot of the Star Wars sets as well. So there's lots of great places to get out and see while you're in Tunisia. And one of the things I did do while Jude was away, I went to the Sahara Festival. So that was about 4 hours away, and so I jumped into a luage, which was a bit of a fun sort of adventure in itself. These are small minibuses, and that was about 4 hours and 2 luages to get down to my accommodation in Kabylie. Bonjour. Hello. Very good. Yourself? It's a beautiful horse, lovely horse.
benefit number 2 is living in a country where English isn't their first language and the opportunity to learn about that culture.
Mm.
So in Tunisia, they speak Arabic normally, but they also speak French. French is pretty widely spoken. And Richard and I both had a smattering of French. I learned French at school, and we then picked up our Duolingo and been practicing every day.
Yeah.
And we've developed some friendships in French and a little bit of English, a little bit of Google Translate, a little bit of sign language.
Yeah. But it's a great location to practice your French because it's their second language. They're both very patient with you.
Yeah.
And some of them do speak English, but having that sort of, let's say, second language for both of us is a beautiful conduit to build those relationships. And they speak a lot slower than the French.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to understand.
And simpler.
Yes.
Latte?
Thé.
Café au lait?
Café au lait.
Oui.
Oui.
And you have gâteau or
Gâteau croissant.
Croissant. Oui.
Deux.
De raisin?
En bouteille d'eau.
Yeah, much simpler. But it is a lot easier. We struggled in France,
Yeah.
but we found a lot easier in Tunisia.
Yeah. But we built some great relationships. You know, our security guard,
Ahmed.
what a joy. Look, he didn't really speak much English at all, and so it was always just a little bit of French. But every morning I got a bonjour, capitaine, and it was always a smiling face, and he really looked after us and looked after our boat.
Yeah. We'd developed some relationships with the local traders. We had Marbrook where we bought our spices and dried beans and muesli and things from.
And Mohammed. Now, Mohammed is an interesting character at Monastir Marina. If you go there, I'm sure you'll meet him. But Mohammed,
He'll greet you. He'll be near your boat pretty soon.
Yeah. But Mohammed is actually a manager at one of the local supermarkets. But more importantly, around the marina, he looks after a lot of boats. So he cleans them. But he will organise trades, so when people are away, he can organise people to come and work on your boat. And also, he's just if you're looking for something, we wanted some jerry cans, and next day he turns up with a selection of 5 jerry cans. Now they're all used, but that's about all you can get.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to go looking; he just found them and brought them along. And
Mohammed turned up at hospital when Richard was sick.
Yeah.
And off to drive you home.
Yeah,
very nice.
Really nice. And I went one day to watch his son play soccer, and I videoed that for him. So it was a nice way to sort of give something back to him. And he was really appreciative of that. And I loved the game. The boys were just amazing with their skills at such a young age.
And we developed a nice relationship with one of the nurses you met in hospital, who was Hedy.
Yeah, yes. After I was back on the boat, a couple of weeks, Hedy reached out to us and came and met us on the boat, which was really nice. He came to see me pretty much every day in hospital. And then, he wanted us to see so much of Tunisia, didn't he? So he organised the next day for his father to drive us to El Gem. Now, El Gem has this amazing Roman amphitheatre. It's one of the biggest Roman amphitheatres in the world. It's reasonably well preserved. I think it was built around 238 AD.
Wow.
So it was amazing.
Great. pass through the vents. Yeah.
They keep people fights outside.
I'll let you go first in case there's a line there.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's dark.
Oh, somebody's being tortured.
I think they found the lion. Check out the crowds, will you? I can see 4. No, 6. There's another couple over there. I can see 6 people. Whoa.
This is sort of why you should come to Tunisia to see Roman ruins rather than Rome. So I would say, if you've been thinking about coming to Tunisia, don't. Just get off your ass and book the trip, because it's a great place to come. Lots to see and lovely people. All right, drum roll. Benefit number 1 has to be the community of cruisers. In Cap Monastir Marina, it is quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really well facilitated by a WhatsApp group. So when you go, someone will invite you into the WhatsApp group, and there is communication on everything. There is, has anyone got this drill bit? Has anyone got this spare part? Yeah, I've got a spare. I don't need it. You can have it.
Yeah.
Can someone help me with this? Like.
Yeah. And there are, every Sunday there's a cruisers barbecue at the marina. There is a run and swim sort of group. There's
Darts on Wednesday nights.
Yogas, darts, yes, yes.
Drinks on Friday night.
Yeah, yeah. So, and just as you walk around the marina, of course you're walking past all the bars and restaurants, and it's great opportunities to sit down.
Oi, come here, come and have a drink with us. You can't say no. Come on.
Yeah. So some great friendships were built, and as we now sit here in Malta, it's like the Monastir.
Well, there's one. There's one.
Yeah, it's the Monastir Cruisers Club here, and those are great relationships we've built through our time that we spent at the marina.
Yeah.
And I think those will last for years, and we will see a few of them in the Greek islands, and there's some that we might never see again. Wade and Diane were just absolutely fabulous, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they're heading back to Canada, so we probably won't see them unless we sort of get over to Canada. But yeah, it was, and I have to say, when I was unwell, the support for Jude, just to do things, and just the moral support to know that we're there, and then physical support to come and help us with the Copper Coat project, because I wasn't allowed to extend and use my abdomen too much after the operation. So they all pitched in and rolled on all that copper coat for me. Yeah. While Jude was away, there was also Christmas and New Year's functions, and that was, at that sort of time where you, I suppose, traditionally look to have your family and close friends around you, and they're not there. It was lovely to be part of that community and still have those traditions.
So that wraps up our 6 months in a marina in Cap Monastir, Tunisia.
Yeah, so our next episode, we will be back out on the water, and what a joy it was to get back to sea. And you know, follow along with us this year. Mainly, it's probably going to be in Greece, but again, we'll be learning how to sail this boat. And
Well, he can sail. I'm the one who needs to learn how to sail.
yeah, but you know, I'm not an experienced skipper of a boat either. So, you know, it's a learning experience for us. The Mediterranean is a great little nursery ground, I think, to learn how to sail. And you know, we've still got a number of projects as we sort of develop the boat into what we want.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's something we heard in the marina was we're not camping.
Yes.
And yeah, so really we need to get the boat into a state that we feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you're still here, thank you very much. We'd love if you would subscribe and like the video. That certainly helps our channel out. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you soon.